Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, STARFLAMES, and we're back with another banging video. So, in this video, we're going to talk about a former staffer of Yeezy coming out to expose all that went on while working for Ye. He's saying that he can talk because he didn't sign the NDA. When he was given the NDA, he told them that he would sign it after using the toilet, and as such, he never signed it, and he can speak out, and he's exposing everything that went on behind the scenes. Now, he's saying it was like a cult on the record with ex-Yeezy senior designer Pierre Louis Ovray. I think it's Ovray that it's pronounced, on the fear, abuse, and harassment that fuel Kanye West's Yeezy empire. Now, this gentleman is telling it all according to him, based on what he has stated. Now, some of the things that he's saying I can understand, and it's possible that some of these things did happen because based on what we saw you typing on social media, we know that a lot of it's not far-fetched. However, what he's saying is that even Bianca Censori, had vowed to cancel Ye after they all got fired. Bianca was like, I'm gonna cancel Kanye West. Now, many of you guys may say, I can't see Bianca saying that. I can see her saying that though, because think about it for a second. This guy is saying that Bianca Censori and Ye, they have always had a relationship. And when Kim found out, Kim fired everyone. And that's when Bianca said to a group of people, I'm going to cancel Kanye West. So you can understand that those feelings and emotion can actually be driven by jealousy. It's not far-fetched. And there's something else that he's bringing out in this. He's saying that Bianca is RACIST because Bianca wanted to change a design. Edward Scissors hand. She wanted to call it Edward Ninja Hand. And he's including an image of such, person. It has a face, it has a scissor hand, and it has Edward Ninja hands. So I don't know where this concept is coming from. He's providing proof that it shows where it was discussed in a message. It says Bianca Yeezy. That's the person that what he was communicating with. But it would have been good to see the other, communications before sending such image. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So, let's dive into some things that he has said, because he has also said that Ye wanted to create merchandises geared at attacking Pete Davidson, like Pete Davidson as AIDS. Pete Davidson does not like black people and all of that jazz. No, a portion of what he wrote says, so I'm going to just pick piece by piece because it's lengthy. I don't know if you guys want to hear all of that because some of this, I don't think you guys want to hear it, judging from how I know social media to be. And a lot of people, they have short attention span. I know some of you guys don't mind the lengthy, videos, but some of you, it's definitely not for you guys. So I'm going to try to, compact everything nice and sweet so that it suits everyone. No, and so I gave you guys that little detail. Now, this guy Pierre is saying that while at first when he was at Yeezy, everything was perfect, organized. They were staying at hotels. They were good. And he had an encounter with Kim Kardashian, not sexual, but, he met her while he was working at Yeezy. Kim was impressed by his work and, Kim wanted him to do a collab with her. But what he's saying is that each time Kim would come into the Yeezy office, Ye would insist that they hide the work from Kim, not because he believes Kim is going to steal his concept, but because he doesn't want her input. Typical Ye. So that's why I say some of these things are pretty much believable, right? So he basically said that they had to hid the work from Kim, and this guy is saying that Ye sabotaged his Skims project. He's saying, February 2021, Skims creative director Kim Shrub contacted Pierre with an offer to design a capsule for Kim Kardashian brand. Feeling a bit uneasy about immediately accepting, he emailed Kanye's general manager, Lawrence Chandler, that he had gotten a project offer. Chandler advised him to just ask Kanye directly. However, once Pierre revealed who it was for, Chandler stopped answering. The next day, Kim Shrub rescinded the job offer, and later that day, news broke that Kim Kardashian had filed for divorce from Kanye West. No. He went into housing for Yeezy employees was another issue. At first, we were in a hotel Kanye provided for employees, and then they were like, oh, you have to pay for your own place, and we had to find an Airbnb. Pure explained. When I started, we were in Calabasas, then we were in Woodland Hills, and it was really, really a dump. The hotel wasn't bad, but then they wanted us to pay for accommodation. Salary was another contentious topic when I started because I had no idea how much you could ask. I asked for like $500 a day, Pierre says, but then I realized everyone around me was making $1,000 a day. Nobody wanted to talk about salaries, but people who were paid more usually got fired. This ever-changing and tense environment began to take a toll on employees, with morale plunging after Kim Kardashian filed for divorce from Kanye. In early 2021, Pierre noticed a drastic shift in the tone of the workplace. After 2021, it was like abuse, manipulation, overworking, Pierre explained. It was the worst thing you can think of. The divorce, he says, marked the point when Kanye began acting with more volatility, cruelty, and unpredictability. It was like a cult, Pierre says. You know what? I honestly believe him in terms of that part, because if you guys notice, like whenever Ye back is against the wall, remember we saw what he was going off on social media as well. And I do believe that something happened, maybe not to the magnitude that he's putting out there, but I can definitely see Ye just being angry because he lost his family, lost his marriage, and as you can imagine, that's a lot to deal with. So I do believe that something happened during that time. And oftentimes, when he spoke about them being told they have to pay for their hotel, a lot of companies tend to do that. They hire you, they pay for your accommodation. It's a good start. They give you that good start. And then as time passes, they literally tell you that you're on your own, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because when you're starting out, you don't have that money to sustain yourself. And if the company gives you that amazing start, then you should be fine. You should be able to manage your living expenses and all of that jazz. So I believe that a lot of people didn't realize that once things change in the company, it's going to affect everyone. And I don't know why people stay at a place that is abusive. I understand sometimes people don't have an option, but if you realize that something is wrong, just take your little time and leave. No, he's saying that, over time, he noticed unusual shift. Employees began mirroring West's speech pattern and adopting his phrasing in internal communications. Everybody started typing like Kanye. It sounds funny, but it's not. The workplace atmosphere became toxic, with bullying and mind games being a daily part of the culture. For Pierre, one of the most insidious aspects of the work environment was the sense of constant surveillance. He loves kicking people out of the group chat. Pierre recalls reference the various group chat that Kanye used to communicate with his team. It sounds silly, but when you're in it, you can tell something is wrong, Pierre explained. The fear of being suddenly removed from the group chat was constant anxiety, as it often signified that someone was about to be fired. It was like mind games. No one knew what was coming next. Things grew even darker for Orlovre. In late 2021, when Bianca Censori, a newly hired architect at Yeezy, began sending disturbing and inappropriate messages asking him to create lewd and Aricia SD images. She sent things like an image of Edward Scissors hands, renamed Edward Ninja hands, and graphic POR, and Pierre recalls in shock. It was just bizarre, but at the time, I just know what to make of it. I just didn't know what to make of it. Things continued to grow even more sinister in November when Pierre joined Kanye for a trip to SpaceX and a meeting with Elon Musk in Texas. We were on the way. Now, I do believe they met with Elon Musk because I remember doing an article about 2 years ago saying that Bianca met with Elon Musk, so that part is factual. Now, he's saying that we were on the way to SpaceX and Kanye was being nice to me, but then he started rapping about people dying at Travis Scott Astro World concert in the car. Pierce says he was looking at me like he expected me to laugh, and that was when I first started realize he was awful. Yeah, it's not that sadistic in nature, so it's that part is just sickening. Maybe he didn't understand the concept that Ye was coming with in his lyric, but I mean, Ye's not that sadistic to laugh at people. He really doesn't have that kind of history to laugh at, such horrific situations. No, he's showing the text from Bianca Censori depicting, graphic corn and RACIL slurs. The situation worsened that evening at Soho House in Austin when Kanye launched into RACIST rant about Jewish people and made a derogatory remark about Pete Davidson, who was dating Kim at the time. He was having this rant about Jewish people, black people being the first Jewish people, and telling people that Pete Davidson at AIDS. Pierre recalls it was sickening and the pressure to comply with Kanye's increasingly offensive requests escalated, and soon he was having Lauren Chandler request Pierre to create a Pete Davidson has AIDS. Pete ate black people and Pete Davidson destroys family shirt. I had to fight because I didn't want to do it, Pierre says, but there was pressure from 5 people in the group chat who would dip in and out like Bianca, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Pierre stood his ground, refusing to design the shirt, but he knew the atmosphere had become increasingly toxic. So he's putting what, it says Pete Davidson as whatever, but I don't know. This could be, I don't know about this image that is including. Is it Davidson hates black, Davidson destroyed this. Can you help? Very sensitive. We can add more of a wash to the shirt too. So why is it that in the text message, because where he has Pete Davidson as AIDS, that seems to be somewhat Photoshop, as though the word was Photoshop onto the t-shirt after. And then in the chat section, it doesn't have that, so that portion is questionable. If anyone has experience in Photoshop, I'm going to include the image so you guys can look at it and let me know. No, he's saying that text from Kanye West general manager to Yeezy senior designer Pierre Louis. I think this is of rape in a group chat with Kanye West requesting a Pete Davidson that has AIDS shirt be made. A few weeks later, just before Thanksgiving, everything came crashing down. Bianca, along with the entire architect team, was suddenly fired, according to Yeezy staffer. Kim Kardashian had allegedly discovered Kanye's affair with Bianca while they were married, leading to the termination of the entire team. The night as the followed from Bianca and architect team, sudden firing spread through Yeezy. The design team exchanged frantic texts, wondering who would be next. At the same time, Pierre alleges one of the Yeezy staffer close to Bianca, who did not return a request for comment, attended a house party in the hills where she allegedly witnessed Censori chillingly tell guests, I'm going to cancel Kanye West. No, it ends right there. So far, so many people are on this article and they're saying it's not true. This guy is just GAY and he's just using Ye's name for a come up. Everyone is using Ye's name for a come up. Everyone all of a sudden has a story to tell. Now, this is very interesting. I can see some of it happening, and I do believe that he is basically tweaked a few of the scenarios. Like he made it more than what it actually is based on my opinion. I can literally see Bianca saying, I'm going to cancel Kanye West, providing that they did in fact have a relationship and something disrespectful happened, out of anger. It is possible. Not saying that it did happen. I'm just saying that it is possible. So far, I think that the only female that we kind of have a sense of who Ye has dated is Chaney Jones. So far, Chaney Jones has kept it quiet. She has moved on. We haven't heard anything from Chaney. But also equally, I must say that Bianca gives a sense of a Chaney Jones, one that's very private. And honestly, when you look at Bianca Censori's family ties, they're not that talkative, so this guy could very much be lying on Bianca Censori. No, it is your time to chime in, because do I believe that Bianca is out to take down Ye, get Ye in a conservatorship? No, I don't believe that she's about to do that, because she knows that Ye has a cult fan base. If she wasn't aware of that, then she is aware of that by now. And she knows that if she messes with this man, people are going to get her, no matter how bad, no matter how powerful, her family members are. She knows not to mess with him in such a way. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your take? While you're at it, remember, thumbs up, subscribe, stay safe, and see you all in the comment section. Peace.